Just fucking do it. Subscribe now. Super successful. They've grown their business about 350, 400%. And they've cut their employees by about 100. So how do you grow your business 400% and cut the employees by 100? I know how. Rank and motherfucking yank. And I was just thinking when they were laughing, all these people seem happy. Wonder why. Any questions, comments about... take that slide off. About the Goomba Boys. Or anything. One of the things they do differently that I didn't do is they keep their, like Warren Buffett, they use the Warren Buffett model. They keep the management in place or change the management in almost all their acquisitions or individual entities. I didn't do it that way. Another time around, I might do it that way, but yeah. And all of you give these guys more time than I give for them. I heard somebody say, in fact, Belgian Waffle said, we acquired this and then we gave them so much time to get their feet on the ground. I don't give them fucking any time on the ground. I give no credit to legacy. In other words, you should know shit after being there 40 years. Most of it, they've got 1 year, 40 times experience. The exception to that rule is when they're tied directly to contracts. Their brother-in-law signed a contract at Alabama Power, and the cousin's still there, and you're still there. Okay, but other than that, I don't give any legacy. Yes, sir.
What about situations where it's a programmatic situation, software, and they're the only or one of them?
Well, I mean, but see, I don't let people just be the only one. I want more than one person. It's like a SEAL team. Okay, there's 6 members of a SEAL team, and all of them are interchangeable. So, I mean, you may be a software, but you got to be able to code. So the knowledge is interchangeable. Otherwise, they can stick you, and they do. They stick you up. They can legally not rob you. That's the wrong word. But I mean, so I want more than one individual. Yeah, sir.
So part of the deal structure, does that include the phantom stock options, or does that?
No. So these guys don't use it as a signing bonus. They use it as a incentive for people they want to stay. Sometimes it's the owners. Sometimes it's there's 2 brothers that sell a business, and one wants to leave. He's older. One wants to stay. So they have an option for 30, 60, 90 days. We'll see how you work out. Remember the contract, 30, 90, 120. And at a set period of time, this is okay, you've worked out. We're going to give you phantom stock. That's not exactly what it's called, by the way. There's another name for it. But basically, the only time you get a benefit from it is when we all exit or there's a change of control that I mentioned a couple of days ago. If there's a change of control more than 50%, and you're exiting and you get money, at the same time they get money. And I've never done that, but a number of the kids in recent years have, not the least of which are those guys. And again, through that law firm, you got to explain about. I just had on social media 2-3 days ago. When did we put up President Trump and Tony on social media? A couple of days ago? A week ago? Anyway, well, of course, Jason lives catty corner from Mar-a-Lago. Catty corner. And never talked to Mr. Trump, nothing. And then when I sold him on, the big law firm you can't afford, blah, 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 blah. And so now they're not asshole buddies, that's an exaggeration. But he was at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump, and they took a picture. And they send this shit to me. And I don't mean this shit, but I mean, they send this stuff to me. And it can't hurt, that when it goes up on Facebook or whatever, that's all right to put a picture of Facebook if you're willing to take the heat of being close to the Trump family. It's not all right if you're in the middle of a democratic city or state and you're trying to get government contracts. But they couldn't spell government before. I mean, it's a whole vista. It's like it's like all of a sudden you've been dropped into Disneyland and you didn't know Disneyland existed. And tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, we're going to talk about is how you get these government contracts. And the bidding process has changed. But right now, it used to be October and April where U.S. government contracts were open to bid. Now it's every day. It's every day. And I believe I'm still on the government bid list. Even though I haven't done a government contract directly in 40 plus years. Other question about Jason and his brother. Yes, sir.
Would the phantom shares, would that be disclosable at the time of exit, or should you be concerned about that at all?
No, I mean, they only can cash them in upon exit. When you exit, they exit. If they leave, whatever, get fired, die. And now, part of it, sometimes the phantom stock is transferable to your family, your estate, but you've got to stipulate that. If it's not, the guy's there 28 years and he dies in the 29th year and you exit in the 30th year, to my way of thinking, the family should benefit. I'm getting soft in my old age, but I mean, a lot of times that's not the case. So it's up to you. Remember, these are absolutely major shareholder friendly. And so now they're big believers in using all these big guys. But with that, I don't know for a fact, they didn't write me a letter or an email, but I'm sure that their bidding in government contracts has been enhanced by that. And, and now you're donating to various things that you might not have donated to before. And, everybody's slappy happy. Yes, sir.
I was trying. Is it for a potential buyer? Is that viewed as a negative, positive, non-negative?
No. Well, when you're selling, it's neither way because it's the same shares. It's not 100% of the shares plus them. They're part of the 100%.
Do you do the phantom as a pool or individually?
Individually. I'm not a big believer in pools because, again, if you're going through any form of rank and yank, not everybody's equal. Not everybody in this 25-person universe is going to pull the same weight. And how do you do a timestamp on when a guy came to work 9 years ago and another guy came to work 7 months ago? That becomes problematic. So it's individuals. And there's a certain amount of, I had a guy on my board many years ago who had been his last job at IBM. He had been the head of human resource for IBM Worldwide. And he had hired all the CEOs since Watson. It was IBM 50 years or whatever. And he was the largest independent shareholder of IBM stock. And he lives in a mansion down in Florida with a butler, and he's had a lot of money. Or he's got vis-a-vis, he never sold IBM share. And there's bragging rights with I'm trying to say, I've been here. But he didn't exit because he couldn't exit. He didn't exit because he didn't want to exit. Because he believed in the company. And again, when you try to sell off when you're in the exit mode, they're going to consider it worse than bad when you try to sell shares. Unless you're old git like me, then you can get away with it, as I alluded to yesterday or the day before. But with young guys, it's a pipe dream that you're going to sell. It's a wet dream. Not going to happen. And no matter what they tell you, what lie they tell you, it's not going to happen. This won't happen. Yeah.
Would you advise against not just issuing...
Say that again?
Would you advise us against not just issuing phantom stock, but regular actual shares, not of the holding company, but of the individual entity?
No, I
It's
wouldn't.
too much?
That you've asked that? No, it's not too much. This is the third time you've asked the question in a different way.
Correct.
I said no to the first one. I said no to the second one. And I'm saying no to the third one. Don't ask me again, okay?
Vis-a-vis
Answer
the
is no.
Chick-fil-A model?
No. I mean, I told you I like vanilla cream, ice cream. Everybody the same. Anything that deviates from that, not that I don't believe in, I've never done, because I haven't had to. People don't leave me. People don't steal shit from me. I mean, I've never suffered any of those things for a very good reason, which I don't have to explain again on YouTube. That is not part of my work history. They die in the saddle or stay till exit. That's it. And so that's what I tell you to do, but you're not going to do that. Just like Marcus Bauer said an hour or two ago, your lawyers are going to say you should have advisory board, don't give them this. I mean, I give you the information whether you take it or not. I can bring you to the water trough. I can even stand on your fucking head a little while, but I can't make you drink. I've never done this kind of thing. I've never done anything in the straight shares. And then when you want people to participate in the equity after the company's formed, you give them regular vanilla stock options. There's an exercise price based on whatever the book value of the company is when they start, and it's sold at whatever the book value vis-a-vis its relationship to the options when you sell or when you exit, or you have a major change of ownership, which is over 50.1% changes hands. That's considered an automatic exit. And if you go and you look at all the big Microsoft doesn't have any fucking these clawback fucking deals. IBM doesn't have any of these clawback fucking deals. Ford doesn't have any of these clawback fucking deals. It's only you insecure because you're afraid. You're trying to protect yourself. And then if you fire them, though, you can fire them a week before you exit. It's chicken shit, in my opinion. But almost everybody does it now because you're feared. You're never going to get Ben Carson to sign up on a clawback motherfucking option deal. You won't live long enough. But you go and try. And then when it doesn't work, you go to Reddit and say, fucking QLA didn't work because I'm a big cunt. And I didn't douche this morning. Anything else about the Goomba boys? Yes, sir.
So they mentioned that they had started in real estate, but decided to get out because it was too much work.
No, he said that they didn't do residential shit because the wives were never happy, which is absolutely 100% true. Now, what you do to the fucking, renovate, fix, the wife won't like it. Or she'll get a wild hair up her ass or have her period, and she'll decide, I don't like that. I want modern this now. But there's a lot of better ways to make money than real estate. And you heard Marcus. And it's easy to get tripped up. And when you're dealing in that circle and the mayor's assistant says, we're giving options on property this way in the East Coast, and you hear that and you think it's a tip. It's not. And you get sucked into that Venus flytrap. Okay, YouTube, goodbye.